Dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria. Wow! Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig
it? What's up, horror lovers, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Shatzer, and today I have a fabulous and amazing horror flick lined up for us. It is Douglas Hickok's 1973 really fun classic. It is Theater of Blood, and this one is just really out there, so let's get right into it. Here is Theater of Blood. Theater of Blood is a wacky and over-the-top horror revenge flick, starring the always entertaining and wholly legendary thespian actor Vincent Price. Performed in a playful manner and constantly tongue-in-cheek, this bizarre production abounds in wonderfully jovial murder set pieces, which straddle the line between farcical comedy and a cold and calculating horror flick. Silly, sadistic, and extremely engaging, Theater of Blood is an absolute hoot and a tremendously enthralling Vincent Price stunner that allows him to go hog wild with the morbid material and with splendid results. The film follows an iconic Shakespearean actor named Edward Lionheart, who, after losing a Theatrical Actors Guild Award put on by an elite group of critics, tragically has a mental breakdown, berates the critics who denied him recognition, and then dramatically throws himself off a building, supposedly to his doom. Years later, the same prestigious critics begin being murdered one by one, in elaborate ways mirroring Lionheart's most iconic performances. Is Lionheart truly back from the grave to enact bloody revenge on his detractors, or are there other demonic forces at work, ones beyond comprehension? In fabulous over-the-top fashion and with unrestrained glee, Vincent Price takes on the larger-than-life role of Edward Lionheart, the veteran Shakespearean actor who gets a little too into his roles. Played to perfection and tonally perfect, Price goes all in with the wacky material, as he takes on a plethora of characters, all the while dishing out sweet justice with a side of delirious death. He was born for the role, which must have been tailor-made for him, as he fits the character like a glove and goes above and beyond the call of duty when it comes to entertaining. He transitions from sassy diva hairstylist to brooding bearded weirdo and everything in between, and he does it with such style and grace that it's hard not to be swept up in the insanity. It's safe to say that Theater of Blood couldn't be made without the iconic presence of Vincent Price, and he absolutely owns every scene he appears in, with more vigor and panache than the world has ever seen. Aiding Vincent Price in his mad run for world's most crazy characters in a flick are a stupendous who's who of British cinema, and an equally enthusiastic bunch of performers. The main players of this bizarre and twisted flick are Diana Rigg as Edwina Lionheart, the devoted and equally talented daughter of Edward and a stunning beauty at that. Ian Hendry as Peregrine Devlin, a hotshot critic and arch-enemy of Edward Lionheart and his performing career. Harry Andrews as Trevor Dickman, an astute and knowledgeable theater lover, whose bad reviews of Edward's performances has spelled his doom. Robert Morley as Meredith Meridew, a prissy and pompous nitpicker who's got a very strange dog fetish. And finally, Milo O'Shea as Inspector Boot, the desperate lawman who's determined to track down the person behind the killings, even if it might be a ghost from the past. Comedic, incorrigible, and altogether loony, the cast of Theater of Blood is as over-the-top as the film's premise itself, energizing the production to unsustainable levels of enjoyment. Weird only partly describes this unhinged picture, as it maintains such a wondrous balance of hardcore violence and unrelenting silliness that it's actually really hard to peg down into either genre category. The kills are fabulously creative and stupendously silly, matching perfectly with the endless characters that Vincent Price conjures up in wild succession. Cartoonish through and through, the film is a ridiculously fun ride that definitely does its own thing and is better for it. If you love cinematic experiences that are off the wall and tons of fun, then this is just the flick that you've been looking for. There's nothing quite like it out there, and it's one of Vincent Price's most enjoyable efforts thanks to his wacky persona and penchant to go a little crazy with the content on screen. In the end, Theater of Blood is an insane amalgam of 1 part comedy, 2 parts horror, and all imaginative, mean-spirited fun. And there you have it, weirdos. That is the fabulously fun and wholly entertaining horror flick that is Theater of Blood. One of Vincent Price's probably most fun films, and just really crazy as the premise and characters and just the whole film shows. But guys, that is it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I'd love to hear from you. But until then, I will see you all at the next movie review. Take care.